The Lord has shown me that he was going to give me a pair of shoes in 2023 of November. Then I have this pair of shoes in 2024 of November. That's a whole year of waiting. I had to walk barefooted. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will just basically be telling you a story about how some certain actions and things in my life has shaped my faith and has shaped the walk I have with God right now. Yesterday I was doing like a Bible study, and the Lord was just basically leading me to the book of James. I decided to go to the book of James chapter 1 and read it. And it talks about how we should consider ourselves fortunate when we go through times of trials. And for we know that when your faith succeeds in facing such trials, the result is the ability to endure. And this carries me back to a time where I had like an encounter with the Lord, and he has showed me something. I'm just going to call this thing a pair of shoes. I wouldn't say I had not thought about having a pair of shoes. No, I had, but just for the fact that the Lord himself wanted to provide for me this pair of shoes was just amazing. And I felt like, wow, so much love that the Lord could have for me. Like, he thought that he should provide me one. So next day I started my prayer journey, thanking God for the vision that he showed me, for the provision. So when I read this chapter and it talked about how we should be happy when trials comes in our way because our faith will be strengthened and we shall endure, it brings me back to that same moment. Because this pair of shoes that the Lord had said he's going to give me took me about a year. Okay, there were some things that I think the Lord needed to teach me so I would be able to handle this pair of shoes. And just imagine going barefoot for a year. That is a lot of walking. And a lot of wounding your feet and a lot of growing and being comfortable in your own feet. And I remember how during some months it would be so hard for me to walk without pairs of shoes. And mind you, I had other pairs of shoes. I could wear them, but nothing ever like felt joyful like the pair of shoes that I was waiting for. And I would ask the Lord, like, God, can't you see how painful this is? Can't you see how I'm suffering just walking on my own feet? Can't you see the stones that are piercing me? Can't you see how people are mocking at me? Why wouldn't you give me this pair of shoes that you have promised me? Like, I did not ask for it. You decided to give me. So why are you not giving me soon enough? Because I had like a plan in my head that the Lord was going to provide me these shoes maybe like in a month's time or in a week. And it kept moving from weeks. It kept moving to months. And I was not seeing the results of what the Lord has said, and I was questioning the Lord a lot. There were some periods where I would have a lot of doubt and I would question God, like, who even asked you to show me this thing? Like, what is the use of you showing me that you were going to give me a pair of shoes when now that I need it the most, why are you not giving me? But I came to realize that there was something that the Lord was trying to show me. There was a lot of pride inside of me. I felt like I deserved to be given these shoes. I'd done nothing worthy of enough to receive a new pair of shoes. So why did I feel like I had the right to receive new pair of shoes? You understand? You know how people would give excuses for not being productive because they don't have the right set of tools to work. So I would always give myself excuses like, yeah, because I don't have this particular pair of shoes, so I cannot attend this party, or I cannot go for this function, I cannot go for this meeting. And the Lord was just like, that is not true. I want you to still be yourself. I want you to still go to the places that I am sending you to. I want you to still talk to people that I'm sending you to talk to, regardless of the fact that I have promised you a shoe. When all of that came to my realization, I was like, oh wow, the Lord must be saying something real good in this James. So I decided to go ahead and I read verse 5 of James, and it says that if anyone lacks wisdom, they should ask the Lord. James probably knew that in the case where someone will be waiting on the Lord for something, obviously they will need wisdom and some level of knowledge and maturity in order to wait well. Especially for my case where I was waiting for a pair of shoes, I needed some level of knowledge and some level of wisdom to wait well. Obviously, I was not waiting well. There was a lot of doubt involved in it. There was a lot of questioning. There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of pride filled in it because I did not have the knowledge of waiting well. I did not know how to wait on God. It was either I was on two extreme ends. It needed some level of wisdom and knowledge in order to wait well on what God has promised me to give. This video, in essence, is trying to say the process of you waiting for it is going to either take long or it's going to be short. There are things that we need to work on, and the Lord might use something. He might use provision to show you that, okay, you need to work on this aspect of your life. I was so grateful. I was really so grateful that in the provision and in the waiting of getting a brand new shoe from the Lord, I had to learn to be patient. And I'm so grateful that the Lord used that process to teach me endurance. He used it to teach me patience. He used it to teach me how to be grateful, how to be respectful. I have never been so humbled in my life to actually wait for a pair of shoes for a whole year. The Lord has shown me that He was going to give me a pair of shoes in 2023 of November. Then I have this pair of shoes in 2024 of November. It's crazy. That's a whole year of waiting. And I had to walk barefooted for a whole year.
I love you more than your mother, more than you love yourself.
So one night on November, I finally received that pair of shoes, and I kid you not, it was exactly like how the Lord has showed me. It was so marvelous, so beautiful, so perfect, and I was so grateful. And I came back to my notes because I had written it on a journal, and I came back to my notes and I referred them exactly the same, like everything God had said. Nothing was left out. Everything was just perfect and in time. And I just want to say, I want to encourage anyone who is listening right now that it is okay to ask God questions. If you don't understand how things are going to turn out, if you don't understand how He's going to provide for you, it's okay to ask. It's okay to doubt sometimes. But I just want to encourage you that you should never let for a second the devil to convince you that what the Lord has said will not come to pass, because it surely will.
We are bound to inherit the sins of our parents.